Welcome to Loops and Scoops. I imagine that we'll have more people coming in. We're going to just go ahead and get started. And continuing what has been my passion for the last period of time, which is moving from fear to love through presence. And I wanted to say again that I experience love, the actual experience of love is being able to be in the same space with. And I think very often we have the idea of when I have fixed this, when I have taken care of that, when I have worked hard enough, when I deserve it, I will finally be able to love myself. And what I want to practice in loops and scoops is our ability to be with what is occurring, and the being with presence, deep presence, gives us the felt experience of love. And then love allows us to actually respond to what is going on both inside us and around us too. So to be able to presence, to be in the same space with, is really part of the cycle of us opening up to including, welcoming, being with what is occurring, which is always unknown. Even if we think we can predict, the next moment is always unknown. And so we think if we can just capture it, we'll be okay. But that dance between love and fear is really what's been going on so much in particularly this last year or so, that I welcome the opportunity every week for us to gather and to connect with ourselves and to connect with others. So the first thing I would love to have you do is just kind of tap on your chest a little bit. Like in the old days, it would be the Tarzan, oh, but I'd like you to just tap and make a pleasant sound that you can hear for yourself. So I might go, and I can feel that, or you might go, ah, something that would be a pleasant sound for you, and you can feel yourself tapping. And as I'm doing that, I can feel my attention coming more to my chest. And then I'd like you to let your attention just move out and noticing something around you that you hadn't noticed before. And then I'd like you to bring your curious attention back to yourself and to notice some body sensation. And I'd like you to use a because that shifts us from critical brain to wonder brain. And just letting that land, like your fairy godmother's whispering in your ear, letting that land on your body sensation. And notice how your body wants to move when you let your attention land. So letting your body speak to you through any movement or any sound that you want to make. So we often tell our bodies, I'm going to tell you what to do and it's your job to follow. And instead, I'd like you to notice a body sensation and let that body sensation speak while you listen and and maybe touch. This would be a great time to bring a love scoop into that area. So to reaching out into the big pool of love and bringing it to that area that you're exploring. So we have the sound, we have shifting your attention, and we have love scoops. Those are our ingredients that we play with and expand on, and that you can keep expanding on during the week. And I'd like to have us play some more with the shifting of attention. And I put together a little video of water, because I think of water and the way water moves is very applicable to the way our attention moves. And so, Michelle, I'd love to have you put that video up, and I'm going to talk over the video so that you can be both watching. So go ahead and start that if it can. Yeah, beautiful. And so your attention can be used in so many different ways. So as you're shifting your attention to out here, out around you, and inside you, you can do it like a sprinkler. You can do it like misting over you or over the area around you. You can do it like one of those big sprays that goes ka-ch, ka-ch, ka-ch. And you could even make your own sound. You could also have it be just a very gentle noticing and landing, and then noticing and landing. And your attention ripples out just like water does when you drop a pebble into it. So, all of these different ways of using our attention, I wanted you to have a reference for that that was visual and then can help remind you of the many different ways that we can use our attention. So, let's play with some of those. So, I'd like you to first let your attention come into you like the sprinkler that's going. So let it just go across you like when you first get in the shower and it's like, whoa, and feel that waking you up. And then letting your attention go out into the world like that same sprinkler is going. And just notice that you can let your attention take in that whole area. And then you can let it come back to you. And let it shift now to like those waves that are coming in and landing. Because here's another aspect of attention. If I'm right with it, if I'm present with it, I can let it land. So let that wave go out and then let it land and just absorb. Like I'm letting mine go out to a bench that I can see outside the window and letting it land. And then I can feel myself taking a breath and that breath expanding, and then letting the wave come back to you, which is what we often forget. Letting the wave return to you and letting it land. And I'm feeling mine go all the way through my body and land in my feet. Ah, and land in my feet and going all the way down through my feet, through the floor into the earth. So we have the lake and the ocean wave landing, but we also have sometimes you want your attention to be very subtle. So I'd like you to let your attention be like mist. And you could play with that with your fingers and hands if you want to, but letting your attention just lightly land on. I find myself really appreciating when I use my attention this way, the mist of, ah, look at all the wondrous things that life has created. And then letting that mist come back to you, letting yourself find the sound for you of appreciation. What's a sound that when you make it opens up your ability to appreciate? My all purpose one is the but I'm also very fond of ah, ah. So let your sound be like that pebble that drops into the lake and let that sound go out. Ah. And I can feel that including that I'm willing to include whatever is going on. And then it can back to me and I can feel my breath expanding as I'm doing this. I can feel more ah. So if I'm trying to make the sound on the in breath, that's a little ah. But if I make the sound on the out breath, ah, it lands like that pebble. And let yourself recall the little clip that I showed you, and let yourself pick one of the water images that's not as familiar to you. And let yourself just try it on first. Let yourself become that kind of water and letting that water circulate through you. I think the estimate is that we're somewhere upwards of 80% water. So this is who you are. And how are you wanting to circulate your water and through you right now? And you might see something that somebody else is doing that you go, oh, that's cool. I want to try that on. So you can also do loop of awareness with the other people on the call. And that's a great way to learn because you can see, oh, I like what she's doing. I'm going to try that on for me. And someone might be looking at you and going, wow, that's cool. I'm going to try that on. So, all of the fear melters are really different ways of moving the water around in your body so that it's not frozen and that you can feel love circulating, attention circulating. So, the important thing to realize with loop of awareness is the big move is just going the other direction. So, that's why I like particularly the automatic sprinkler because when it gets to the end, it goes boop, 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 and back to the beginning again. So find what in you can remind you to come back home to your sound, to come back home, to shift, because we can get really entranced. So for just a moment, get really entranced out there, like, something that's going on out there, something that's going on out in the world. And when I do that, I get stuck in freeze. That's what I kind of do, a forward freeze. Now imagine now letting some love sprinkles just move over and around that. I can feel that especially in my neck. And then I'm bringing my attention back to me. So the what we first learn to do is to be able to shift. Because I have found that if I simply shift my attention several times, I feel more responsive. I'm more able to respond to what's going on. I feel more creative. I feel more resourceful. But when I'm stuck, I get into that linear either or space. So I'd like you to also experiment with just a beginning now, giving attention to you while giving attention out here. So letting the shifting be just a little bit quicker. Not not fast, but the shift that you can go, I'm attending out here and I'm attending in here. And I'm attending out here and in here. Whoa. So play with that with hand going out and a hand coming in, and notice I can feel my touch and I can notice my hand going out to the light that I see over here in the corner. So the next step in our loop of awareness is that we make it more circular. I can feel me and attend out here. I can do both. Ah. So those are some things for you to play with this week. And I'd like to, as we're ending here for our time, I'd like you to imagine that big pool that had those wonderful ripples in it. And I'd like you to imagine that that's love. And I'd like you to just take in a big old scoop of it and do a last, where would you like to let that land on you? Take a couple of breaths into that. Notice any place else that your body is wanting your attention. The power of sound, the power of touch, the power of movement. Beautiful, beautiful. And thank you all so much for being here this morning. And I'm going to take leave of you, and you can unmute yourselves and stay on the line for as long as you might like. And I like that you've come all bundled up. Some of you bundled up. It's wonderful. So mwah, love to you. Until next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love to everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.